Good morning, good afternoon, good evening in electronic land. It's Mama Cat, Catherine and Wright, here at Mount Shasta. I'm trying several different ways, working with my phone wand and getting recordings. Last recording I just did was kind of sideways, so I flipped the phone around to try practicing it this way. I'm at Mount Shasta at the reservoir at the lake. It's absolutely gorgeous here. Oh, look at the bridge. Can you see the bridge over there? And people under it having a good time. It's getting a little windy and cold. I'm gonna go back. I'm off to Soul Connections to go pick up a DNA weighted tuning fork, which will be awesome. If you have implants, those help. Sound therapy is amazing to dislodge them. I found that out the hard way. That might be a story for another day. But I guess I should tell you the story. I mean, this is woo-woo, way too much conspiracy theory for me. But when it happened, and I was told by 3 different people, and I did a past life regression hypnotherapy with Dolores Cannon's work, and said that I had an implant, and then 3 psychics told me I had an implant. I went to a tuning fork specialist, and she was amazing. She had me, I was in so much pain. She worked on me. It was like my 4th session, and we booked for the next day for another session because session on Thursday, I was out of pain. I had been in a bad car accident, but October 2nd, 2017, I was in the middle of doing a restraining order against the husband, ex-husband now, and I was off my land that's protected, because I have my land protected. I was off, kind of on the run, and staying at a wellness center, and they transmuted the dimension around me and put an implant in my tailbone, and it hurt so bad. I was fine when I went to sleep. Woke up the next day in so much pain, and that's why I know the date of when it happened. And I talked to the person who owned the wellness center, and she said she didn't know at the time, but the FBI was at the building exactly across from her wellness center, and she had talked with the building owner there. And the little grays that one psychic told me they were little grays, and I said, what's their names? And she says, it sounds really German. So you know, the Nazi Germans, or the Germans, you don't have to call them Nazis, have been working with the grays and the reptilians since before World War II. Hitler worked with them. That's why they were all into the blonde, blue-eyed Aryan race. There's a great galactic story behind that. I'd love to tell you about it sometime. But anyways, I didn't believe in the implant or conspiracy theory about it. But when I went to this professional tuning fork woman and said, I think I have an implant, she accidentally dropped the tuning fork, and it should have fallen straight down to the ground. I was laying on a table, massage table. It flew sideways to my pubis bone. As she dropped it, instead of falling down, it went whoop, and our mouths dropped. And we go, well, there you have it. My peeps were showing me it's there. And we worked about 14 months, almost 2 years, getting that off of me. And I know how to remove implants. I do that for people. I body scan. I'm like an x-ray machine, so I help people with trauma and implants and using sound therapy and just stuff I do. But this one I could not get off of me. I could not undo it. It was so painful. And that was the electric signal going out. They wanted to monitor, how does she do this 4.95 dimensional work that she does, opening portals, making mountains and sunsets disappear, and how is she maintaining the energy level of almost 5D for hours and days at a time. So they wanted to record hormones, they wanted to record thoughts and emotions, how is she doing this? And so it didn't change my personality or affect me, but they were monitoring the body to see how is this person doing this stuff. And one of my favorite psychics said, he says, it doesn't matter, you can't hide. So don't think by you staying in the closet and not coming out as a psychic and helping people will keep you safe. You know, and it made a lot of sense to me there. So I'm coming out of the closet with all my gifts, which are stellar, off the chart. And that's not being narcissistic, I'm just telling you like it is. Most of my spirit guides are my fractals. Spirit guides are really just fractals of you from other dimensions, from other roles you have played, that come and assist you in this life. Because there's a lot, we've made contracts and promises to do stuff and help humanity wake up. So all of mine are interdimensionals. It kind of freaks people out who can see them. I have one guy from India, and his name's Gupta. So I Googled Gupta, and there's a Gupta empire. I love it. I'm really old. He's wonderful. Like a politician, though. There's a Gupta architecture that we brought in. I mean, it was a very big empire. BC, I think 300 BCE. But it goes back way back to like 13,000 BC, 23,000 BC. Oh, I'm in someone's house. I go back down this trail. So it's nice to work with them. One of my tall whites, some of his avatars have been Merlin, the magician, Albert Einstein, Archimedes, Sir Isaac Newton. So I'm telling you, we're all interdimensional ETs playing in different segues, different centuries, learning different things. Now, this is my last incarnation here, and I know that because I'm awake, I'm manipulating matter, and I've learned that we've all been asleep and we're awake. I'm awake now. So that means Earth school's over for me. Blew away all my karma going through the last 2 years. So I'm karmic free. That's kind of an old platform anyways. Karma really doesn't exist unless you stay in the 3D, lower vibratory emotional realms. You have to make a decision. And all it is knowledge. Oh, look at this beautiful lake. It's just to travel up the dimensions, it's about knowledge. No one's coming to save you. ETs have personal connections with people. Like I said, I had no idea. For them, oh my God, to give me an implant, that means they took me on a ship. They took me somewhere. So that means I've had, and in my hypnotherapy session, I was on the bed with the little grays or entities running around and doing the implant. And the big dark reptilian, the overseer, was watching in the corner over here. You know, the little grays are kind of like, he's the taskmaster and they're the little beings that do the work. Biological robots or whatever they are. So that means I've been on a ship. I've been on many ships, but they like you not to remember. They don't want to freak you out. So usually you don't remember. It's in dream state a lot. I do remember dreams sometimes very vividly. And then I don't. So I'm asking them to have me remember them more so that I can write them down. Gosh, I hope I can find the parking lot. All right, I'm kind of just babbling, but it's not, you guys know this stuff. If you've actually found my channel and are watching this, you manifested this. So don't be hating on me saying, oh, what is she talking about? I don't believe in that. La, la, la. Well, obviously you're meant to wake up and you're meant to hear this. Otherwise you wouldn't be here. You know, what the government's doing, they're taking all our money. $23 trillion is missing. We work hard. I am so upset, and I'm not wanting to stay there, but that having a roof over your head and food on the table is a privilege. capitalism and all the greedy assholes out there who have taken all the land. We can't even go and catch a fish to feed ourselves. We can't, we're not allowed to find our own food. They want us to go to supermarkets and buy them from them, which they've tainted with poisons, GMOs, and fluoride and aspartame, trying to kill us all. And then the Wi-Fi towers. They want you in big cities. They want you to stay locked into the grid. There's too many of us waking up. We don't want the old systems anymore. We've got to break them down. In China, that's why they're, cutting down the CCTV towers, because they're all being monitored and persecuted and killed for having the right to speak. And some of these channels, we have the legal right to speech. That's being thwarted against us. So there's some big lawsuits that need to come. I'm going to go get my law degree. I'll do it online and test out of it. Pretty brilliant like that. I'm not narcissistic, but I got a full scholarship to USC, and I study at the Sorbonne in Paris, and I'm a major researcher. 14 years researching the occult. And when I bought my haunted house, I didn't know it was haunted. I spent 14 years. Intense, thousands of hours of research. How do you fight something you can't see? I'm a pretty big girl, and this thing could literally pin me. And I'm like, hell no. I didn't have fear. I went right after it. Let's see, I think this is the parking lot. So, what supports hauntings is fear. Well, this might not be it. They want you to be afraid. So they look ugly and they're demonic and they drool and they do whatever. It's like it's only energy, guys. If they mess with you, like they touched me, they pinned me, it's very inappropriate, scratches, marks, whatever they would do, it'd be like, I would follow their frequency, track them down, convert them into love. What they're missing is the divine spark in their heart, that they forget that they're made out of divine source. So I would show that to them. Expand it, expand it, expand it. I have a children's audiobook, if any of you are interested. It teaches this. My girlfriend's little 4-year-old, he was having problems with monsters in his room. Sent him the audiobook. He's handling his business. I'm so proud of him. Hi. So, the kids have imagination and they create. Imagination is creation. So they can and they're full of love. And if they can throw a love bomb or expand the love in an entity's heart, believe me, they can do it. All right, anyone wants a MP3 of that, just contact me. Love you, stay precious. I'm gonna go find my Jeep. Mama cat out. Bye, Lake.